Introduction. Let's talk about the hidden gems sitting on used car lots right now that most people are completely ignoring. There are 5 4x4s sitting on used car lots right now that dealers are practically begging people to take home. Salespeople walk past them. Buyers skip them on AutoTrader. Every weekend, the mechanic who works 3 bays down from me drives past those same lots, slows down, and shakes his head because he knows exactly what those trucks are worth, and nobody else does. These are not fixer-uppers. These are not compromises. These are legitimate, capable, go-anywhere 4x4s with drivetrains that were engineered to outlast everything around them. They are sitting cheap because they do not carry the right badge, the right generation number, or the right internet hype cycle. I have been working on four-wheel drive vehicles for over 2 decades. I have torn apart transfer cases, rebuilt differentials, and diagnosed every weird noise a truck can make at 2 in the morning before a hunting trip. I know which 4x4s you babysit and which ones you just drive. The 5 I am about to show you fall firmly in that second category. Number 1 on this list is the one that makes me genuinely frustrated every time I see it priced wrong on a lot. I have put 3 people into them in the past year alone. None of them have called me back about repairs. That never happens. Top 1 Chevrolet Trailblazer and GMC Envoy, 2002 to 2009. Starting our countdown at number 5 is a GM Duo that offers incredible engine reliability for a bargain price. Let's count down. Number 5, Chevrolet Trailblazer and GMC Envoy, 2002 to 2009. Most people hear Chevy Trailblazer and immediately think of a fleet vehicle their aunt drove into the ground. That reputation is wrong, and it is costing buyers thousands of dollars. Here is what those buyers do not know. The 4.2L Atlas inline-6 engine that powers the Trailblazer is one of the most underappreciated truck engines General Motors ever built. It produces 275 horsepower, uses a timing chain, not a belt, and was engineered with a single overhead cam design that keeps the valve train simple and serviceable. General Motors put this engine in police pursuit vehicles. That should tell you something about how it is built. I had a customer 2 years ago, a guy in his late 30s who runs a landscaping company and needed a second vehicle for towing a small trailer on weekends. His budget was $8,000. He came in asking me to look at a used Ram 1500 that was already showing rust under the bed. I told him to walk away, and I pulled up a 2007 GMC Envoy SLT with the 4.2L, 89,000 miles, and four-wheel drive for $6,400. He laughed. I did not. He bought it. 14 months later, he has 31,000 more miles on it and has spent $340 total on oil changes, a fresh set of wiper blades, and one rear brake job he admittedly put off longer than he should have. What to look for on inspection? The most common issue on high-mileage examples is oil consumption starting around 150,000 miles. Pull the dipstick before you do anything else. If it is more than a quart low between changes, that engine has been neglected. Second, check the transfer case fluid. Many of these were never serviced, and the fluid looks like black paste by 100,000 miles. That is a $150 fluid change that most owners skipped and most buyers are scared off by. It is not a death sentence. Third, test all 4 power windows. The regulators on the rear doors are a known weak point, $120 each to fix. Current market price for a clean 2006 to 2008 Trailblazer with under 100,000 miles is $5,500 to $8,500. You will not find a more capable 4 4 platform for that money. The AutoTrack four-wheel drive system works flawlessly in the real world, and this platform is genuinely capable on trails, in snow, and towing light loads. Top 2 Toyota Sequoia, 2001 to 2007. At number 4, we have a massive Toyota that shares its heart with the legendary Land Cruiser. Number 4, Toyota Sequoia, 2001 to 2007. The first-generation Sequoia is one of the most quietly indestructible full-size 4x4s ever built in America. And because it looks like a soccer mom truck from 2003, people skip right past it while paying a premium for a newer Tundra with half the track record. Here is what they are missing. The 4.7L 2UZ FE V8 under the hood of the first-generation Sequoia is the same engine block that powers the Toyota Land Cruiser and the Lexus LX 470. I have personally serviced 4 of these engines past 300,000 miles. 2 of them still had their original automatic transmissions. Toyota built this engine like it intended to put it in something that needed to survive a war. And then they dropped it in a family hauler that people drove to soccer practice and forgot to appreciate. Timing chain, no turbochargers, no direct injection complications. A naturally aspirated engine with a proven track record that mechanics see roll in and genuinely get excited about because there is almost never anything wrong with it. I inspected one 3 months ago for a couple in their 50s who were shopping for a used SUV for road trips. They had been circling a 2014 Ford Expedition. I pulled up the first generation Sequoia sitting on a lot 2 miles away. 2006 four-wheel drive, 114,000 miles, $2,500. Their faces said it all. They thought I was punishing them. I was not. They called me a week later to tell me they bought it. They said it drove like new. Inspection checklist. First, check for rust on the frame. In Midwest and Northeast Salt Belt states, some of these developed serious frame rust by 200,000 miles. If you are buying in a dry climate, this is almost never an issue. If you are in Ohio or Michigan, get it on a lift before you commit. Second, the secondary air injection system on these V8s will occasionally throw codes, especially in cold climates. It is a $300 to $600 fix, and it is emissions related, not engine health related. Third, check the rear differential fluid. These differentials are tough, but they need clean fluid to stay that way. Current price range for a 2004 to 2007 Sequoia SR5 with four-wheel drive and under 130,000 miles is $8,000 to $14,000. The same 2UZ FE V8 in a Land Cruiser at similar miles is $22,000 minimum. You are getting the same engine, proven four-wheel drive capability, and 3 rows of seating for a fraction of the price because it says Sequoia instead of Land Cruiser. Top 3 Nissan Xterra 2005 to 2015. Coming in at number 3 is a rugged, body-on-frame off-roader that is currently priced like a basic crossover. Number 3, Nissan Xterra from 2005 to 2015. The second generation Xterra is the most underrated body-on-frame 4x4 in America right now. It is sitting on lots everywhere, priced like a compact crossover while offering genuine off-road capability that puts most modern SUVs to shame. Nissan quietly kept making it with almost no changes for a decade because they never had a reason to fix what worked. The engine is the 4.0L VQ40DE, producing 261 horsepower with a timing chain, no turbocharger, and a naturally aspirated design that runs clean well past 200,000 miles. Nissan's VQ engine family is one of the most award-winning engine designs in automotive history, and the 4.0L truck variant is the most durable version they ever made. The body-on-frame construction means repairs are straightforward, components are accessible, and the chassis can take the kind of abuse that cracks unibody crossovers. I have one important warning for anyone shopping these, and it is the most critical thing I will say in this entire video. On models from 2005 to 2010, there is a known factory defect where the transmission cooler inside the radiator can fail and allow coolant to mix with transmission fluid. The result is a ruined transmission and a repair bill north of $3,500. Before you buy any Xterra from that model range, pull the transmission dipstick. If the fluid looks milky, frothy, or pink, walk away immediately. If it is clean and red, it has either been caught and repaired or it has not failed. Have a mechanic verify. Models from 2011 onward use a revised cooling system that largely eliminates this issue, and those are the ones I recommend without hesitation. Who should buy it? Anyone who wants a legitimately capable off-road 4x4 with a part-time four-wheel drive system, a locking rear differential, and a tank-like chassis for under $14,000. The Xterra was discontinued in 2015 because it was too simple and too capable to be profitable. Nissan could not justify the margins. That simplicity is exactly what you want in a used 4x4. Current pricing for a clean 2012 to 2015 Xterra with under 100,000 miles is $10,000 to $17,000. The same year, 4Runner at similar miles starts at $25,000. The capability gap between them is far smaller than the price gap. Top 4 Mitsubishi Montero, 2001 to 2006. Our number 2 pick is a sophisticated global explorer that has been unfairly forgotten by the American public. Number 2, Mitsubishi Montero, 2001 to 2006. If you have never heard of the third generation Mitsubishi Montero, you are not alone. That is the entire reason it is on this list. The Montero was discontinued in the United States in 2006. Mitsubishi stopped advertising it. The internet forgot about it, and used ones have been sitting on lots for pocket change ever since. That is a tragedy because the Montero is one of the most capable factory 444s ever sold in America, and almost nobody knows it. Here is what makes the Montero special. The Super Select four-wheel drive system. Most 4x4s give you two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. The Montero gives you 4 modes: two-wheel drive for normal driving, four-wheel drive high for light off-road and slippery pavement, four-wheel drive high-locked for serious traction, and four-wheel drive low-locked for crawling. The full-time four-wheel drive high mode with a center differential means you can drive it on dry pavement without destroying your transfer case, something most part-time four-wheel drive systems cannot do. This is the same philosophy behind systems in Land Rovers and expensive European off-roaders. Mitsubishi put it in a $5,000 used SUV. The 3.8L 6G75 V6 produces 215 horsepower and is a proven simple design. I need to be transparent about one detail here. Unlike most of the vehicles on this list, the Montero uses a timing belt, not a chain. Replacement interval is every 60,000 miles and costs about $450 at an independent shop. This is not a deal breaker. It is a known maintenance item, and if you buy one and do the belt immediately, you are covered. The rest of the drivetrain is remarkably solid. A friend of mine who does overlanding bought a 2003 Montero with 78,000 miles for $6,800 2 years ago. He has since put 40,000 more miles on it across 4 off-road trips, including one that destroyed 2 other rigs in the group. His total repair bill was $0. His only complaints are that the gas mileage is average and the infotainment is 20 years old. Neither of those things will leave him stranded. Inspection checklist. First, verify the timing belt was replaced within the last 60,000 miles. If the seller does not have records, budget for an immediate replacement. Second, test all 4 modes of the Super Select system by cycling through them in a safe area. If there is hesitation or grinding when switching into four-wheel drive, the transfer case motor may need attention. Third, check the rear differential fluid. Many of these were never serviced. Clean fluid, clean conscience. Current pricing for a clean 2003 to 2006 Montero with under 120,000 miles is $5,500 to $11,000. For that money, you are getting a capable full-time four-wheel drive system that most trucks sold for 3 times the price cannot match. Top 5 Lexus GX 470, 2003 to 2009. Finally, the number 1 spot goes to a luxury SUV that is secretly a bulletproof Land Cruiser in a tuxedo. Number 1, Lexus GX 470, 2003 to 2009. This is the one that frustrates me the most when I see it sitting on a lot with a price tag that does not match what it actually is. The GX 470 is a body-on-frame V8 4x4 with a locking center differential, a locking rear differential, a full-time four-wheel drive system, and a drivetrain pulled directly from the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. It is one of the most capable, most durable, most overbuilt luxury 4x4s ever sold in America. Because people see the sticker price and think old Lexus, they walk past it and go buy a 4-year-old Explorer that will start nickeling and dimming them by 90,000 miles. Let me be direct with you. The 4.7L 2UZFE V8 in the GX 470 is the same engine I told you about in the first generation Sequoia. Same block, same bulletproof track record, same timing chain that runs the life of the engine. In the GX 470, that engine is wrapped in a Lexus chassis with a full-time four-wheel drive system, kinetic dynamic suspension system on later models, and off-road capability that embarrasses most trucks that cost twice the price today. I had a customer last year, a contractor in his late 40s, who splits his time between job sites and family road trips. He came in convinced he needed a newer 4x4 pickup and had been looking at used Ford Broncos in the $30,000 range. I asked him 2 questions. Does he need to tow more than 6,500 lbs? No. Does he need a truck bed? No. I showed him a 2007 GX 470 with 118,000 miles at $17,500. He had never heard of it. I put it on my lift, inspected it for 45 minutes, and told him it was one of the cleanest 4x4s I had seen at that mileage in 2 years. He bought it. He just texted me last month to tell me he has put 22,000 miles on it without a single issue and cannot understand why everyone told him to buy something else. Here is what the market has not figured out yet. The Toyota 4Runner is celebrated, well-known, and priced accordingly. A 2007 4Runner Sport with 120,000 miles is $18,000 to $22,000. The GX 470 of the same year in mileage is $14,000 to $19,000. The GX 470 rides better, seats more comfortably, has a more refined interior, and carries the same fundamental drivetrain engineering. The only reason it is cheaper is the perception that a Lexus means expensive repairs. On the GX 470, that perception is completely wrong. This is a Toyota Land Cruiser with a nicer badge. Here is my complete inspection checklist for the GX 470. First and most important, check the rear differential and transfer case fluid. Many of these were never serviced past the original oil changes. The fluids should be amber-colored and clean. Black gritty fluid means it has been neglected, and you need to factor in a full drivetrain service. Second, inspect the KDSS system on 2004 and later models. The kinetic dynamic suspension system uses hydraulic lines that can develop leaks at high mileage. Look under the vehicle for any wetness near the front and sway bar connections. A KDSS service is about $800 if it needs attention. Not a deal breaker, but factor it in. Third, pull every door handle firmly. The interior door handle mechanisms on some GX 470s become brittle with age and crack. Each replacement is about $120 in parts and an hour of labor. Minor, but it tells you about previous ownership care. Fourth, bring it to a full stop from 60 mph twice on a straight road. If the brake pedal pulses, the rotors are warped. New rotors and pads all around is about $650. Negotiate accordingly. Who should buy it? Anyone who wants a legitimate overland-capable 4x4 with luxury interior refinement and Toyota reliability for under $20,000. Anyone who has been told they need to spend $35,000 to get something dependable and off-road capable. Anyone who understands that the Lexus badge on this specific platform means nothing about repair costs and everything about build quality. Who should skip it? If you need serious towing above 6,500 lbs, get a truck instead. If you want the newest tech features and modern screens, this interior is from 2009. And if you are buying for short-term resale value, be aware that the market on these is starting to move. I have watched prices creep up over the last 18 months as more buyers figure out what they actually are. The window is still open, but it is not as wide as it was. Final word. To wrap things up, these vehicles represent the absolute best value in the current used 4x4 market. Here is my final word on the GX 470. This is the best pure value in the used 4x4 market right now. V8 power, genuine off-road capability, Toyota Land Cruiser DNA, and Lexus interior quality at a price that reflects none of those things. If you are buying a capable 4x4 and you walk past a clean GX 470 to go look at something newer, you are making a mistake. So there they are. 5 legitimate bulletproof 4x4s sitting on lots right now because the average buyer does not know their history, their engineering, or their track record. The Chevy Trailblazer with a police-tested inline-6 for under $8,000. The first-gen Toyota Sequoia carrying a Land Cruiser engine at a fraction of the price. The Nissan Xterra, the last genuinely simple, capable body-on-frame compact 4x4 made, sitting cheap because Nissan stopped making noise about it. The Mitsubishi Montero with a 4-wheel drive system sophisticated enough to embarrass modern off-roaders at a price that is almost insulting. And the Lexus GX 470, the Land Cruiser in disguise that the market still has not fully caught on to. The common thread across every single one of these is this. They are cheap because people do not know what they are, not because there is anything wrong with them. And in the used vehicle market, that is the rarest thing you can find. Conclusion and call to action. If this breakdown changed the way you look at these underrated 4x4s, please subscribe and like the video. We are dedicated to uncovering the automotive history and engineering that others have tried to overlook. Let's build a more reliable future on the road. The next hidden treasure in the automotive world will be revealed soon. I'll see you in the next one.